G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flames Footy Chat with the one and only Jenko Flamez. I'm here to review round 26 and preview round 27 of the Hyundai A-League. Let's get started. The first match we had was Newcastle 0, Perth Glory 2. The two goal scorers for Perth Glory, Diego Castro with a penalty in the 9th minute, and Adam Taggart with a 27th minute goal, and to give Glory the 2 points. What's happening to Newcastle? I have absolutely no idea. They've lost, I think it's something like 3 in a row now. They're still going to be in the top 6, but it's getting, they're not taking enough momentum in, really. So, yeah, I tipped Newcastle. I was obviously very wrong in that game. The second game, we had Western Sydney Wanderers 3, Perth Glory 0. The 3 goal scorers in that match, Oriol Riera, scoring twice, scoring a brace in the 4th and the 15th minute. At our player from Lazio, Chris Economidis, scoring in the 40th minute. So no goals were scored in the second half of that match. It was very much a do or die clash for both clubs, and Western Sydney prevailed with 9,266,000 people being at ANZ for that game. Christensen went into the book in the 93rd minute. Very late in the piece, very late. Oriol Riera also scoring the equaling the amount of goals scored by a Wanderer, who the old record was held by club legend Brendan Santalab. The third game, we had Melbourne City versus Central Coast Mariners. Melbourne City got up 1-0 in that game, with the goal scorer being Bruno Fornaroli in the 49th minute. That game, Mariners sitting, as I always say, very close to the bottom of the Hyundai A-League ladder, fighting the Phoenix for it, and it's really going to come down to the last round. Do they play off in the last round? Because if they do, whoever loses, and they don't. But yeah, the Mariners have lost their last 11 games at Amy Park and haven't won at the venue. 2-1 against City in March 2014 was the last win. The fourth match we had was Melbourne victory home to, in my mind, the Wooden Spooners in Wellington Phoenix. That was 2-1. Leroy George scoring in the 83rd. That was a penalty. Kenny Attiu scoring in the 87th minute, and Lee Broxham scoring in the 23rd, who is actually a Melbourne victory player. He scored an own goal. Therefore, Wellington Phoenix have technically not scored at all. Melbourne victory also looking pretty comfortable in, where are they sitting on the Hyundai A-League ladder? Are they inside the top 6? I will just have a quick look at that. Yes, they are. They're sitting in 4th. Yeah, so it's the clubs that'll make it very close. Central Coast and Wellington won't make the finals. Perth have a shot. Brisbane have a shot. So, quickly, Sydney FC have already made it into the finals. The Jets already have. City Victory already have. So it's Adelaide, Western Sydney, Brisbane, and Perth, who are the clubs that will somehow make it. The fifth game, Sydney FC versus Adelaide. They weren't holding back. Sydney FC scoring, and they're not letting go at all. that was 3-0. Matt Simon scoring in the 49th minute, still in the first half. Bobo scoring a brace, 59th, 66th, and that being Bobo's 24th A-League goal, equaling the record. They're looking unstoppable. Like, are they going to get the plate at the end of the year? Are they going to win the grand final? I don't see them getting beaten. Yes, they will. Adelaide, yeah, they're sitting comfortable. They're fine, but they just look unstoppable. Let's get stuck into the preview of round 27, the last home and away fixture of the Hyundai A-League. That being the first game played on Friday the 13th. That's a Sydney FC going to lose, and that's going to be their Friday the 13th hoodoo. That's against Melbourne victory. I myself don't see them getting beaten. I think they'll take this one out comfortably. Sydney FC to win. The second game, we've got Wellington Phoenix home to Melbourne City at QBE Stadium. That one won't go down to the wire. I see Melbourne City comfortably winning this, something like 4-0. Central Coast Mariners are home to the Jets in the next game. Mariners fighting Wellington for the spoon. Jets coming off 3 losses. They won't lose 4 in a row. Newcastle Jets will win this one 3-1. Perth playing all the way in Perth. Brisbane Roar versus Brisbane Roar. I'm actually tipping with who I think will win. I'm not tipping on the Wanderers at all here. Brisbane Roar will win. And it sort of works if Brisbane win, Western Sydney have... Sorry, just... Computer's being slow. Sorry, boy, but cut this out, buddy. I'm tipping with my heart, not my head. I'm tipping Brisbane. Saying that, if Brisbane win, Wanderers have to win. They cannot draw whatsoever. They need a win if Brisbane would win. So that's why it's going to be very close. But I'm tipping Brisbane. And in the last game of the round, we have Wanderers home to Adelaide United. I'm a Wanderers fan. Yes, I'm always a bias, but I am tipping the Wanderers, not on a bias source this week. I think the Wanderers will I think the Wanderers will want the final spot. Adelaide have already got the final spot in hand. Yes, they'll always want to win. Western Sydney will want to make the finals. They will push for it. They will get it. Simple as that. And we will see Western Sydney Wanderers in the final. Just to recap, Sydney FC to win, Melbourne City to win, the Jets to win, Brisbane to win, and Western Sydney Wanderers to win. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Flames Footy Chat. I'll catch you guys next week for my first finals video. Have a good week, guys. I'll catch yous later. Jenko Flames out.